everybody. So back in Salem, when I was still at Salem State, I did a video. Well, I think it was when I was a freshman. I did a video on talking about being a descendant of Mary Sibley. And I talked about Mary Sibley, as in like Mary Woodrow Sibley, Mary Sibley Walcott, and Mary Walcott, and like how through that I'm also in relation to the Putnams, and I'm gonna look for that video and like put it in my description, and maybe start up with this new series of like my family tree discoveries, because I made another discovery a few weeks ago which got me super excited and I've been wanting to share with you guys. So if you haven't noticed already, the title of this video is I'm a Tudor, and that's right, because I'm a descendant of King Henry VIII. And I would go through how that is. I have my family tree right here, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm super excited. So yeah, I'm a princess. Well, illegitimate, but yeah. I'm still saying I'm a princess. So anyways, Mary Sibley, her actual name was Mary, I think it's Mary Woodrow. I don't know why it doesn't say. I'm confused. I don't know why my family tree is wonky. Oh yeah. Okay, so Mary Sibley, she was born Mary Walcott. So yeah, this one is Mary Walcott Sibley. It's confusing when like there's so many people with the same name in the same family tree. So yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Mary Walcott married Samuel Sibley and became Mary Sibley. And you might know them from the TV show Salem, which is, by the way, blah, not historically accurate anyway. They did not portray my ancestor with respect at all. Made her an evil witch. And like I've said before, she was the reason for the Salem trials. She had created the witch cake and had Tituba and John Indian help her with it. Anyways, so from Mary Sibley, born Walcott, we go to her parents, which are John Leach Sibley, who is married to Rachel Sibley, born Pickford. Now from John Leach Sibley, wait a minute, I'm trying to figure it. Yeah, from John Leach Sibley, we go to his parents. And his parents are John Sibley and Eleanor Sibley, born Edwards. From John Sibley, we go to his parents, and there is William Sibley, who is married to Eleanor Sibley. And from Eleanor Sibley, we go to her parents. And that it would be, Eleanor Sibley, born Edwards. So we go to, and also like with my family tree is kind of interconnected with each other. So it's like with my mom's side of the family, this is all my mom's side of the family. So my mom's side of the family, there's like the Stevenses and the Stones and the Fitz, like they're all married together, and they're all cousins. So it's like there's like the Edwards on this side, and then the Edwards on the other side of like this part of the family. So anyways, Eleanor Sibley, born Edwards, we go to her parents, and that is Richard Sir Reverend Henry VIII's illegitimate son, Edwards. And he was married to Helen Edwards, born Griffith, which I haven't figured out her parents yet. So from Richard, like I said, he's the illegitimate son of King Henry VIII. So obviously his father would be King Henry VIII. And now we all know about King Henry VIII, about his 6 wives. We know the rhyme: divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. Which means like he was married to Catherine of Aragon, and they had Mary, aka Bloody Mary, Mary the First, and they had an Norman, so he could marry Anne Boleyn, who had Elizabeth I, and then she was beheaded, and then he married Jane Seymour, and she gave birth to a boy named Edward, and then she died a few days after his birth, and then he married 3 other women after that. Anne of Cleves, who he had an annulment with, which was a very quick marriage. I think they were only married for a month. And then his youngest marriage was with Catherine Howe, who was only 17 when they were married, and he beheaded her. And then he married his last wife, Catherine Parr, who she outlived him. That's how come she survived. But I think I need to do some more research. But I think this mistress that had my ancestor Richard, I think, if I'm correct, he was with her before Mary was born, because like he was like so desperately trying to have an heir to his throne, and like when this mistress had gotten pregnant and had a son, it shows that obviously he can get a woman pregnant and they be a boy, which back then like they think it's the woman's fault if they don't give birth to a boy, which is kind of messed up. But anyways, but yeah, so, and as a king or queen, you are expected to have many and many mistresses, and it was acceptable at the time. But yeah, Henry VIII's mistress that had his son, that's my direct ancestor, was Agnes Bilpin Edwards, born Blut. So I got super excited when I found out about that connection, and it's like I've always said I'm a princess. I mean, hey, my name is Jasmine, so Princess Jasmine, and I have a birthmark of a crown on my thigh. So it's like, yeah. But then I found out about this. I was like, oh, I am a princess. I'm legitimate. Yeah, I'm illegitimate. So that means I have no royal claim to it. But I'm still a descendant of King Henry VIII, which is exciting, which is getting me interested in British history. And I do want to like talk more about each people before Henry VIII and even before the mistress, and talk more about like that history as well. I've always been interested in the Tudors, is because like there's so much drama and it's so much interesting, and like I don't know, King Henry VIII have always been interested to me. Bloody Mary has been interested to me, and Elizabeth I has been interested to me. Mary Queen of Scots is interesting to me, and like everything about that is interesting to me. But now, since I found out that from King Henry VIII onwards, I'm a descendant to, I'm diving right into British history. So I'm super excited about my discovery, and I will make another video talking about King Henry VIII's parents. I think I might just work on talking about the Tudor side, and then I'll talk about the mistress's side afterwards. So that's why this is entitled I'm a Tudor Part 1. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you thought it was interesting. If you by any chance a descendant of King Henry VIII, please comment below. We will be very distant cousins if we were, because like obviously throughout history, like they will have children and lots of children, and like I'm very much interested in genealogy and like ancestry and discovering my family tree, because like there's so much more I want to know, and it's very exciting that I'm part of history. Like I can see myself in books, I can see myself in movies, I can see myself in documentaries. Like, yeah, with Mary Sibley, there's not that many books or movies or shows that we'd be talking about Mary Sibley. When they talk about the Salmon trials, like they would talk about like other people that has to do with the Salmon trials. But because Mary Sibley was only in and out, like she made the witch cake, and then after when the Salmon trials officially started, she left and was never heard of again. so we don't know that much about her. And like, yeah, there is a book, A Storm of Witchcraft, by Professor Baker, my Seven Witch Trials first year seminar professor. He wrote a book and mentioned her, which was exciting. But it's like, there's so many videos done on like documentary videos from BBC talking about these people, King Henry VIII, King Henry VII, and Elizabeth York, and so on and so on. There's movies, there's TV shows, there's documentaries, there's William Shakespeare. It's like books. So it was like, I'm super excited about this discovery. And it's like, yeah, my mom, this is her family too, but she's not that excited as I am. But I mean, she's more into American history. I used to be more into American history, but this has changed my life. It's like, I want to know more about British history as I can, especially when it involves my own family tree. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time, I'll be talking about King Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. So see you next time. Bye. Take care.